Welcome to the brutal world of LA Noire, based in Los Angeles in 1947. It's a time where the city is crawling with crime. There are gunfights, drug dealing, and car chases. You play the role of the LAPD officer Cole Phelps, who wants to clean up the streets. Cole Phelps is a returning war hero and finds himself with many cases which help him rise through the ranks of the LAPD. You may be thinking it sounds a lot like Grand Theft Auto, but once there's a crime committed, the gameplay is quite different.
You want to see this, Phelps? There, laid out on the truck. And that isn't even the best part.
At each crime scene, you must look for hints and clues. Sometimes they are laid out for you, but sometimes the most crucial evidence needs to be discovered. Through the evidence found, you will build up clues to solve your case. Through each crime scene, you will then take the evidence and the clues and interrogate witnesses and persons of interest.
We would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
The city feels old and true to its era, along with the people, and the cars are all classics.
You're kind of cute for a cop.
When the interrogations start, you pull out your trusty police notebook.
We understand that you're still suffering from the effects of...
In the notebook, you can determine which questions to ask.
Who did this to you?
Depending on their answer and their body language, you must decide if they're telling the truth or a lie.
It's a serious offense to withhold information.
If you believe they may be lying but do not have any evidence to prove so, you doubt them. You will continue to go through your notebook and ask as many questions as you can to find out as many hints to the mystery as possible. With new evidence and info, you need to call dispatch to find locations and other information.
1247.
Now you have the location of another person of interest, so now you must travel there. Unlike GTA, you cannot run around with a gun and shoot innocent civilians. It is also very hard to run any pedestrians over, though you can do it. You must remember you are an upstanding police officer. Whilst driving between places, you can come across the odd street crime which you can attend. You'll also notice that the streets could be populated more by more civilians. When you get to the next crime scene, it's rinse, wash, and repeat.
Crime scene is just up the dirt road, Detective.
The crime scenes can be very detailed and horrendous. You'll never know where you'll find evidence. Listen to the music for help. The graphics and the new motion scan system which was used for the facial animations are good, but still far from perfect. As you can now tell, this is very different from a normal Grand Theft Auto title. Searching for clues, interrogating suspects. This game is for an audience who like to think and get immersed into the storyline. It's a game for older gamers who've always wanted to crack that one big case, and the experience becomes woven in between a game and a movie. So do I like the game?
It's like some kind of puzzle.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Except You might have to call dispatch to get that checked out first.
I need an address on a Belmont High School.
Checking for you, Detective.
Give me the address so I can go already. My only beefs on the game are that you have to call dispatch far too often. There are a lot of cutscenes which can take away from some of the action moments. But when the action does arrive, you best be ready.
I'm about to break up. Step away from the incinerator.
The foot chases can be fun, but also too frequent.
Yes, sir.
But you do feel good when you catch that perp. And I really enjoyed the dialogue between all the characters. Once you solve a case, you head back to the headquarters and receive another case. You search for more clues, interrogate more persons of interest, and bust some more bad guys, lock them up and throw away the keys. Play a prank on your partner. All in a good day's work for Detective Phelps. The gameplay can feel very repetitive, but for me, the storyline just kept me going, kept me interested, wanting more. I just wish that in the interrogations, when you asked the wrong questions or gave the wrong evidence to back up your statements, there is more of a consequence to the case. But whether you get them all right or all wrong, the case still proceeds, and you will still end up catching the bad guy. Usually, unless you have to do it again. So my final thoughts on the game, it's pretty good. The gameplay can be slow at times. It makes you think, it gets you involved, and it is not another Grand Theft Auto. Well, I'm out of here. I've got another case to crack.